Hello, my name is Juan Bermudez, and I'm the former Chief Technology Officer at M8, digital marketing agency that focuses on US Hispanic and Latam. And after M8, I left to found a few startup companies, one called Tableist, or Nipro, that was acquired by Tableist in 2015, and now I'm the Chief Product Officer at Vacation.
Why is user experience design relevant in today's marketing landscape?
Well, so as more digital platforms become the ways that we communicate with consumers, being able to effectively take consumers from point A to point B in any platform is become critically important for brands. You can look at the example of maybe like 10 years ago on Facebook, we had basically one type of ad unit or a very limited amount of ad units, where today you have a wide range of types of ads that you can roll out just on Facebook. So to understand how to better drive a consumer using those ads, you need to be able to actually implement something that's going to create a good user experience. And this has become prevalent across multiple industries, and you see it basically everywhere from physical products to large Fortune 50 brands, where user experience has become increasingly important in everything they do. Another case in point for the use of user experience design in marketing is understanding that we're trying to eliminate the friction for when we're taking a consumer from point A to point B. We have clients that might have, let's say, a retail operation or a hotel properties. And our job as marketers is to help them get those consumers in front of them or create awareness for them. Either way, the way we craft those experiences in which we drive those consumers to book hotels or to buy something on Amazon, ideally is going to be as frictionless as possible. So what would you rather have? An ad that is annoying and you would want to block it with your pop-up blocker, or an ad that actually creates a pleasurable experience, a release of dopamine, so you actually follow through and engage with that ad. As user experience designers, we look at the data, understanding the customer, understanding using, and create empathy with that user so we can actually relate and design experiences that would drive those consumers from point A to point B. A lot of people think that user experience is limited to mobile app development or to web development. At the end of the day, everything is UX. It's not just like how something looks, it's how it works. So you can think of an entire ad campaign from point A to point Z from a user experience perspective. And if you take into account user experience in every step of the way, there's a lot more chances of having success with that campaign.
What are some of the important aspects that marketers should know about user experience so they can apply it on the field?
So it's pretty hard for all marketers, if they don't have a design background, to have the entire tool set of a UX designer. But I would say that one of the most important things that a marketer could look at and learn from is the way that UX designers do user research. User research in UX design helps you really understand the problem that you're trying to solve. Let that be for the consumer or let it be for the client that you're working with. And at the same time, it helps you create the empathy that you need, so you actually help put yourself in the shoes of that person and solve that problem or find an efficient solution for that problem. Either if that's designing a user interface for an app or thinking of an app that you're going to build, or if it's just creating a campaign that's going to help drive people to donate for a nonprofit. Either way, understanding what would drive those consumers to take action starts with user research. And then there's other few concepts from user research, or just even these small laws that you can apply to almost anything, right? That drive the simplicity or the some of the cores of user experience design. Something like Hicks law, which is understanding that beyond, if you increase the number of options that you offer people, it's going to increase the amount of time it takes them to decide. And by the same, in that way, if you look at giving people a ton of results or a ton of options to decide on something, they might get decision paralysis. So more is not more. And at the same time, another one is Miller's law, which is people tend to only retain in memory or be able to really learn or memorize kind of like 6 items. So if you think of like the navigation for a site, or 6 options or 6 flavors that you would want the consumer to remember, you would keep it at 6. Once you go past that, it's hard for them to actually keep that in memory. And those are little basic concepts that you can just start applying to everything that you do. But in essence, I think the user experience design is the user experience research. The research for user experience is by far the most important aspect of user experience design that you can port over to marketing, and it will help you across the board.